Senator John Fetterman of Pennsylvania is making headlines as he takes legal action against Sunny Hostin, co-host of The View and the show's producers, igniting a controversy that has captivated audiences. Known for his hoodie-clad, no-nonsense approach, Fetterman is swapping political debates for courtroom drama, leaving many wondering, how did it come to this? Why is a US senator entangled in a legal battle with daytime TV royalty? And why can't we look away? The feud reportedly began when Hostin made some provocative remarks about Fetterman, sparking tensions that have now escalated into a public showdown. Anyone familiar with The View knows it's a battleground for bold opinions, where hot takes fly fast and civility often takes a back seat. But even by the show's fiery standards, this time things spiraled completely out of control.
Let me ask you this. While Democrats work on fixing past mistakes, a lot of Americans are disturbed about the future. Trump is terrorizing migrants by threatening to call on the military to round them up on U.S. soil. He's also imposing tariffs that everybody says could send prices soaring, and threats to punish the media who don't fall in line. Of all of that, Senator, what worries you the most?
Well, I mean, nothing really worries me, because right now nothing has really happened yet. I mean, Trump now is 6 weeks out before he's even going to be inaugurated. But America signed up for this. It's undeniable. He won the popular vote, and he ran the table, including my state as well. This is what America decided. So this is definitely going to go in a direction that a lot of Democrats aren't going to agree with that, but I'm going to be a part of that conversation, and there's going to be plenty of people that are going to freak out
Before we dive in, don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss any updates on this drama-packed story. Now, here's the backstory. Senator John Fetterman recently paid a visit to Mar-a-Lago, Donald Trump's infamous Florida estate. But no, he wasn't there for golf lessons or to sample Trump's cheeseburgers. The Democratic senator was making an effort to bridge the ever-widening political divide. Sunny Hostin, however, wasn't buying it. She openly questioned Fetterman's motives, suggesting his visit had less to do with fostering bipartisan cooperation and more to do with cozying up to the opposition. And this wasn't just a casual critique. Hostin's comments got personal. She painted Fetterman as someone willing to abandon his democratic values just for a spot at Trump's table. Now, picture being John Fetterman. You're out there trying to revive the lost art of bipartisan dialogue, only to have a talk show host accuse you of fraternizing with the enemy. That's not just frustrating, it's a potential hit to your political career. Let's talk about Mar-a-Lago for a second. In today's political climate, it's not just a building, it's a symbol. For Trump's supporters, it's a stronghold. For his critics, it's the Death Star. So when Fetterman decided to step into that political minefield, he had to know the optics would be tricky. But Fetterman isn't your typical Democrat. From his hoodie and suit combos to his blunt, no-nonsense approach, he's built his career on authenticity and refusing to play by traditional political rules. His visit wasn't about aligning with Trump, it was about finding common ground on issues that mattered to Pennsylvanians. Still, stepping into Mar-a-Lago, especially in a time when bipartisan efforts are often seen as betrayal, was bound to stir controversy. What Fetterman likely didn't expect was for things to spiral into a full-blown lawsuit. When Sunny Hostin made her remarks, Fetterman didn't just brush them off. Politicians face criticism all the time. It comes with the job. But to him, this wasn't just criticism, it was misinformation. Fetterman believes Hostin twisted the facts to fit a sensationalized narrative, damaging his credibility in the process. And he's not wrong to be concerned. In today's lightning-fast media landscape, a single comment can reshape public perception almost instantly. For Fetterman, this wasn't just about protecting his reputation, it was about standing up against a narrative he felt wasn't grounded in truth. Out of a larger issue, the increasingly blurred lines between politics and media. In today's world, political discourse is often shaped by sound bites, memes, and hot takes. Complex issues are boiled down into clickbait headlines, making it harder than ever to distinguish entertainment from journalism. Fetterman's lawsuit raises critical questions. What responsibility do media personalities have to ensure their commentary is fair and accurate? At what point does criticism cross the line into defamation? And how do we balance freedom of speech with accountability? For Sunny Hostin and The View, this case could be a turning point. While the show thrives on controversy, this lawsuit is a stark reminder that there are limits. Pushing the envelope too far can come with real-world consequences. This legal battle forces us all to reflect on the state of public discourse and the role media plays in shaping it.
Well, I mean, nothing really worries me, because right now nothing has really happened yet. I mean, Trump now is 6 weeks out before he's even going to be inaugurated. But America signed up for this. It's undeniable. He won the popular vote, and he ran the table, including my state as well, too. This is what America decided.
What makes this case even more intriguing is Fetterman himself. He's not your typical politician, and that's part of what makes this drama so captivating. Fetterman has built his brand as a straight shooter, a guy who calls out hypocrisy, stands firm in his beliefs, and refuses to play the partisan game. To his supporters, he's a refreshing change in a world full of spin and doublespeak. To his critics, he's unpredictable and occasionally abrasive, but no matter where you stand, one thing is clear: Fetterman is willing to fight for what he believes in, and right now, that's about preserving the integrity of political dialogue. Then there's The View. The show is legendary for tackling hot-button issues with a mix of passion, humor, and, of course, drama. Sunny Hostin in particular stands out as one of its most outspoken voices. To her fans, she's bold and unfiltered. To her critics, she's reckless and inflammatory. Together, these two personalities colliding in the courtroom has created a cultural moment that's impossible to ignore. In this case, Hostin might argue that her comments were merely personal opinions based on her interpretation of Fetterman's actions. But Fetterman's lawsuit tells a different story. He's not just disagreeing, he's alleging that her comments were factually incorrect and harmful. This situation taps into a broader cultural moment. We're living in an era where trust in institutions, government, media, science is at an all-time low. People are skeptical, cynical, and quick to assume the worst. In this climate, how we talk about politics matters more than ever. Fetterman's visit to Mar-a-Lago was a bold move to bridge the divide in a deeply fractured country, but the fallout highlights just how challenging it is to navigate today's polarized political landscape. So where does this go from here? The lawsuit is still in its early stages, and its outcome is hard to predict. Will it end in a settlement, go to trial, spark a larger conversation about media accountability? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain, this story isn't just about Fetterman and Hostin, it's about all of us. It's about how we consume media, engage with politics, and navigate the increasingly blurry lines between opinion and fact. At its core, Fetterman's lawsuit isn't just legal drama, it's a reminder of the high stakes in today's political and media landscape. It challenges us to think critically about the narratives we accept and the impact they have on public discourse. So, what's your take? Is Fetterman a hero for standing up against harmful rhetoric, or is this just another example of political theater? Whatever your opinion, one thing's for sure, this story is far from over. If you enjoyed today's discussion, don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates. See you next time. Peace.